Hi, everybody. I am Stephen Drew, head of architecture at McDonald Company, and I am joined here by Tom Shaw. Tom, hi. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Drew. How's it going?
All right, I'm living the COVID dream. So, Tom, we know each other from the ABS, the Architectural Benevolent Society, an
Yeah.
amazing charity. Perhaps maybe to people on LinkedIn or listening to this for the first time who are not familiar with the charity and the awesome stuff you do, maybe you can introduce yourself and what you guys get up to.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Basically, we're a charity we've been around for a long time. It's our 170th year of being a
Wow.
charity in the UK in September. It's our anniversary.
You haven't been there
And
that long, though, Tom, right? You're not a
no,
vampire, are you?
not quite me
All
personally,
right.
but as an institution. And our remit is that we help those in need within the profession. So and their families. I think it's really important to highlight that as well. So I'm really hoping that anyone listening, hoping that you've heard of us already, but if you haven't, we can step in like many different circumstances. I guess it's set up originally kind of before we had welfare, and since then we really bridged that gap where sometimes the government can't help, or you might be in a situation you hadn't planned for and might need kind of support in many different ways. One way might be financial, so we give like loans and financial support, but also mental health support, or we listen and talk and try our best to be there and for the unexpected. We have a welfare team, so if you called us or rang us, you'd get through to them, and they are both two welfare officers, both from background in kind of social work and a welfare assistant,
Right.
and they give really really good and helpful advice and then support from that. We do have eligibility criteria, so what we need to get the full support is having 1 year experience working within the architectural profession within the UK. As soon as that is the case, you're completely eligible for our support. I would say as well that we do have a student offer, because we really recognised how important it was to help students, especially in the way we can during their studies, with mental health support. So if you are a student listening to this and you need or feel that you might need some kind of mental health support, we are able to give you 1 year membership to Anxiety UK, which would give you access to email support, but also certain apps like the Headspace app and a few other kind of supports like that. That's a quick summary, but I'm sure we can talk more about what the ABS does along the way, and also your role and how you've been really helpful to us, and ambassadors like yourself in helping the charity. Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I love it. I was familiar with the ABS from pre-COVID era. Remember getting the chicken suit, running running around London. Remember them happy days without the masks?
I remember when Meant Humans. That feels like a very long time ago. But yes, yeah, no, yeah, I do. In the London-based chicken run, I think that, don't ask me where that came from. Even our chief exec, who has been there not since 170 years, but has been there about 19 years now, and he doesn't quite know the origin of why people dress in chickens. But yeah, a great day where kind of a fun run, good bit of fundraising for us, and kind of getting everyone together with a barbecue and a celebration afterwards. And yeah, the illusion of some kind of physical activity of running, although there are some people who are very fast.
It's quite a lot of work. I think I'm always near the end. It's not much work. I'm always the one out of breath at the end, But I love it, and I think so. For me, I wasn't familiar with the charity at first. I found out for the chicken run, and then what I love is that it's such a great cause, and there's been a few themes that happen. So 2 or 3 years ago, there was a big focus on mental health, which was a big deal because architecture can be sometimes, there's long hours, it can be a stressful role. Everyone studies for a long period of time, and so that aspect of what ABS does is absolutely fantastic. And then at the time, the mental health was so well regarded and so successful. Well, what's interesting, and especially now in COVID, in particular, is, as you touched upon, there's a lot of well-being and even financial support that you guys do to architects, technologists, and people that work within architecture, which is amazing. So, say now, even right now, with redundancies or anything like that happening, COVID, that part of what you do is you get involved. People can get in touch. They can talk about the stresses that are going on. They can talk about financial difficulties that they're in, or even family difficulties. And where possible, you'll try to help out, which is awesome.
Yeah, we have what's quite unique, I'd say, about, I've worked at a few different charities, but working at the ABS, is that we have partnerships with a lot of other different organizations and charities that will give you, our beneficiaries who might need support, access to expert advice. So that might, whether that's about debt advice, whether that's kind of like, say for instance, you might need specialist physical therapy advice, or shelter is another one of our partners. If you need like homeless or going through like kind of unsure about your housing situation, we have access through our partnerships of these really expert organizations that can give us, because I mean our background, we have like I said, 2 social workers who do know a lot, and they know a lot about specifically helping people who come from architecture or the wider architecture family, but then they can also go to these other great resources and really put people in touch with the right people and really help, I guess. And since COVID, we've it's been a really challenging time for us, like many charities, I would say. It's just
definitely not a quiet time for you, Tom, now.
And I think I talked to other ambassadors. My role, I work with a lot of volunteer program, ambassador program, and they are kind of like my eyes and ears a lot within the field. Not coming from an architectural background myself, but I know, I can feel that there's a sense of worry even now coming up to the next couple of months, especially with the end of like the furlough scheme and redundancies in the foreground, I think, of a lot of people's on the back of their head. So I'd like to say, we have, if you go to our website, we have resources about redundancy support and strategies and different useful links. But as well as that, please get in contact with us. I'm sure there'll be somewhere in the link, there might be some like details that we could put there of our support. But we have ring us or email us, and we'll try our best to help.
I love it. And so there's probably worth mentioning, because there's a few aspects of the charity which is awesome. So we're talking about, if you're someone currently in need or you're in a bit of a stressful time, they can obviously get in touch. We will put the links, which is absnet.org.uk. Is that right, Tom?
That's our website. Yes.
We'll put that down below. People can get in touch that way. We'll make sure that we list all the services you do. The other thing is probably worth mentioning is the ambassador scheme. Which is, because I'm an ambassador. It sounds quite nice. Sounds quite royal, isn't it? Like, I'm an ambassador. It sounds like royalty from South Wales, and come a long way, right? But the ambassador scheme is it's really interesting, because the essence of the scheme, and this is my interpretation, is it's really nice to help out, and what I like is that everyone can do as much or as little as they feel comfortable with, and it's a really nice scheme that. So in essence, being an ambassador for the ABS, for instance, I like to do this, promote the word, and kind of add that aspect. But there's so many different ambassadors that are involved who raise funds for the charity. They raise awareness. They come up with ideas. They come up with events. You have like the amazing people from Paulus Thomas Edwards, and the bit I also like about the ambassador scheme is, as well as helping out on the chicken run by holding a sign up where everyone runs around London, you get to meet other really smart, intelligent architectural professionals who really want to help. So how many ambassadors are there right now? Is it like...
We have over 70 now. I've been it's been growing to strength and strength. I mean, you hit on to us, you really are royalty. I think we my predecessor Mark was the one who first started the program about 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago now, and I've taken over since. But at the beginning, we had like a we'll do like fundraising or kind of like initiatives, and like we had a group of people who would just naturally help us. I think Mark really saw that, oh, well, let's kind of make a thing of this and actually try to support these people better. And that's what it grew out of originally. And yeah, now it's turned into this really great program of like a regional network of over 70 people who all are kind of drawn together by want of helping the ABS and help other architects and other architectural technologists and landscape architects and their families throughout the UK. So yeah, as you said, they do a lot of fundraising for us, and it's really important at the moment. Really helps us as we are giving out more and more support. So that help is really needed. But more than that, it started really about raising awareness. I think. Since I've even come to the role, I think it's we've definitely. I do these talks, and I go to universities, and I go to practices, and we kind of talk about what the kind of way I'm speaking to you now about what the ABS is, and I think before about 3 years ago, you go there and maybe like one person might have heard of you, or nobody's really heard of you, or you have a couple. But now it feels like people know more about us, and that is I would say completely down to ambassadors and. Going out to, because we're a small charity, and none of us work in like architecture, but ambassadors are all in that world, going to different regional meetings, talking about us, and when it's appropriate, you might do a presentation, and they might be, oh, by the way, if you ever need support, there's this charity, they help our profession, which is really useful for us, because otherwise, how are people going to know? So no, I have nothing but, I'm going to be biased. It's my job to manage the program, but they are the best thing I think about the charity, and then people like yourself, and really go above and beyond to really help. And it's really quite rewarding to see that, and I'm very appreciative. So thank you. Thank you.
No worries. Well, this is what I was going at. So to anyone in theory can be an ambassador. It comes down to them, and that's would be interesting to see if anyone reaches out after this. But anyone who's thinking to get involved as an ambassador, I mean, I really enjoy it. So even this year, right, we all went to, well, again, this is just before coronavirus kicked in. There's a whole day once a year where everyone socializes. They go together. We talk about the charity. We talk about what everyone's been up to. And it's kind of a fun day. You have a few cheeky nibbles, you have a little drink. And we even went up to the bar, didn't we? Because we were lucky enough to go in. We were in Squires and Partners, amazing office. And then at the top, they kind of got that cool, you can have that drink on the balcony, the members club.
It was beautiful. It was really nice. Yeah.
And it's stuff like this that wouldn't happen if you don't put yourself out there. And I guess that's one of the things that I really like about the charity is because of course I wanted to get involved, and I was a part too. And it was sometimes the long hours can be really stressful. And I was not aware of this charity before. So spreading awareness is great. But actually, being involved is fun. And the reason I say that is because I've done a few things before at Manchester University. If you're listening, I absolutely love the university. And I wasn't a very good social coordinator at the time because I was a student, I was having fun, I was doing my work, and I was not the best coordinator. So I remember when I was becoming an ambassador, and I met Mark. And Mark, if you've not met Mark yet, he's such a funny...
He's a good character.
Yeah. Right. And I remember going, oh, no, or if I commit to being an ambassador and I don't live up to the potential. But this is what's awesome about it. Everyone contributes in their own weird and wonderful way.
Yeah.
And I kind of, and like the way we're doing this podcast now is organically popped up. And to me, it's fun. But hey, we're spreading awareness of this charity. And the point is, it changes people's lives. And what I like is that you've got all different types of amazing charities. It's really nice that there is a charity focus for people who work within the architectural profession. And I like that. And it's really great to hear the success stories. It's really great to hear from people that maybe ring up, and it can be very from life-changing support when, for instance, an accident happens in the family, and you guys get involved and really help out. Or it can be even a little thing of someone stressed and when they have anxiety. Because right now it's not a fun situation. No. We all have a joke that we're all doing Zoom in our trousers. We have no pairs of trousers right now. And we're all kind of, we're having a giggle. But actually, coronavirus is really stressful. I found it quite stressful because when the architectural market crashed at first in March or April, I was on furlough, and it's stuff like having you guys there or a point to call makes a big difference.
Yeah. I mean, just over the COVID period. So we've given out, since the start of COVID, I think we've given over £75,000 of financial support.
Wow.
And that's really going a long way towards like, that month where you can't get onto the unemployment benefit, and you need to pay your rent, or just kind of bridging the gap. A lot of it can be just for short-term support for a couple of months while you can't meet the mortgage and we try to work out solutions to help and really try to stop it before everyone, before it all comes falling down, and really try to be there and support. So if anyone's listening, I would really encourage you to reach out to us and at least have a conversation, and we can try and give some form of support.
I love it. I think it's such a great cause in that way. And what's interesting, so even for you, Tom, you've seen a massive change as well. So back in March, remember the world was good in February, right? And then in March came, and what's been interesting is that, so the Architectural Benevolent Society, you always have such a good calendar of events, right? And the Chicken Run, we were all looking forward to it. We all had to adapt, and you guys had to adapt as well, isn't it? Because part of it is that you're raising awareness and you're raising funds for charity to give back to people.
Yeah.
So it all kind of goes back to people. The thing is, though, we were all in lockdown, so it's been quite a stressful time for you guys as well, isn't it? And some good stuff's come out of it, and there's been challenges, right?
A lot of adapting. I've done a lot of online events, which has been it's been interesting. I've kind of embraced it now, but definitely at the beginning it was a strange concept. We ended up doing, instead of the chicken run, I think we did the cooped up chicken run, which I think online actually got a really good reception and people enjoyed it. It was like a lot of indoor physical activities, which maybe not is everybody's cup of tea, but it was fun, and it was a lot of like silly kind of content put on Twitter or on social media, which was fun, and really helped us again raise awareness, because people would see why is someone doing 100 star jumps or press ups or something? Why are they putting a video of that up online, and they see what it's for and see that the money's going towards, and then that really helps us. But we did an online kind of quiz. I'm sure like everyone's sick to death of them, but there were some really great speakers. We had Jane Duncan came, and Adam White from the Landscape Institute, the former president, and Eddie Weir, who's the CIAT president as well. So all really got behind us, and it was a very fun evening. So we kind of actually want to do that again near the end of the year. Try to do another kind of Christmassy themed quiz, depending, I guess, where we are at. But that's on the cards. And then the next one, we're actually the big is a drawing competition. So it's called Time to Sketch. It's happening next month, 24th of September. And it's kind of like, asking people to sign up and take an hour out of their day to do a drawing. You're given a select amount of time to kind of complete it by, and then you'll kind of submit it to us, and then we have like a judge panel who will judge and see who the winner is. And we normally make a kind of sketchbook out of it, like a colouring book, which we'll give to winners, and then it should be something like this.
Down, Tom. Are you sure you want my sketch? Are you sure?
I'm sure it'll be beautiful. I can't wait for it.
No, I think you're gonna have it in the book, and you're gonna shrink it down to 10%. Put it on the last page.
Well, you have to make the top 20 to get into the sketch, I think it is. Or is it? Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
You should do a series of books, and they can have the top one, and then I can be in like the fourth in the
no, it was really good last year. It was our first year of doing it, so I think it's actually a really good one for like a lockdown period where you're inside anyway. Get your family involved if they want up for a bit of a draw, and then of course all the proceeds go towards supporting our work. So what's not to love, really? But yeah.
I love it. Are you going to be doing a sketch, Tom?
I think I've got to be impartial. I think I'm going to be doing the running behind the scenes. So it's a good, yeah.
Very official. This is a serious.
I might do a promo one to try get them going, but like I did in the for the Cooped Up run. But I don't. Yeah, I won't actually partake. I don't think.
Do you know what we could do? You could do like a section for the best ambassador sketch as well. 'Cause that's official.
Yeah, definitely.
I love it. So for anyone listening again, so if you are currently in a bit of a stressful situation, or you know anyone in a stressful situation, then definitely do get in touch with the ABS. And also spreading awareness is really helpful.
Yeah.
And if you want to get involved, the ambassador scheme is open to everyone. That's correct, right?
Yeah, it is. I think just because it's just me who manages it, I do. 70 is a lot of people, and I try really to put my heart into following and staying up to date with everybody. So I am still looking for people, but more in key regions. Basically, I have a lot of people in London. I still would love to hear from you. So I'm definitely not turning anyone away, but I have London very represented by people. But other regions, especially like the Southeast, kind of West Midlands, or up north, going up further north. Yeah, but still, I'd love to hear from you. And I try my best. And there's other ways to help the charity too. This ambassador program is a bit more formal and a bit more of a commitment. Just because we ask. Although I am very like Stu said, there's some flexibility and people help in different ways. We still ask kind of like a regular keep in date, have conversations with me every now and then, and maybe do a bit of fundraising and all that kind of stuff. But if we have other people who just kind of chip in for certain events, and they might be very into the chicken run, for instance, so they come and help as a marshal on the day, or other ways too. But yeah, no, please reach out. My email is tom.shore, SHORE, @absnet.org.uk. But you can find it on our website, which I'm sure there'll be a link for as well. But yeah.
Amazing. And important questions. Do we have a Welsh ambassador?
We have a few. Yeah. We've got. We have a few. Well, we've got. Which I should say their names, but yeah, no, we do. Yeah. We've got mainly around Cardiff, so it'd be good to get some going further North Wales. I'd like to get some representation up there. But yeah, no, we've got. I've got 4 Welsh ambassadors, I think.
And I'm technically Welsh, right? Even though I've been in London for a long time.
Yeah.
So no, you got 4 and a bit Welsh ambassadors.
4 and a bit.
All right.
That's yeah.
All right, I love it. So that's really helpful and really good to give a bit of an insight to everyone. So anyone listening, Architects Benevolent Society, amazing charity. Definitely check them out on the website, which is what, Tom?
It's ABS. No, hold up. Sorry. I just remember something.
Yeah, I don't want to
give the wrong one. So yeah, it's absnet.org.uk. So absnet.org.uk.
It's ABS.
We've only worked there 2 years. I should probably have that one. But, yeah.
you have it down. Architects Benevolent Society.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look. Architects Benevolent Society. Great.
And there's some great resources there as well. And as well as a lot of there's some stories. A lot of people we've helped give you like a bigger picture of kind of the scope in support as well.
There's a new website coming soon as well, isn't there?
There is. We're in the process of. It does need a little bit of an update. So yeah, that will come soon. But it should be the same address. But yeah, we'll try to update it and make it better.
You can put my sketch on the website. I give you full permission for that.
Oh, thank you.
But then that might be a bit of a downgrade, not an upgrade, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I have all faith in you, Drew, that the artist inside you will impress. But yeah,
you'll have to look hard for that. But in the meantime, while you're looking for the artist in me, check out the Architects Benevolent Society. Thank you so much, Tom,
for having me. Yeah, no, I really appreciate it, Drew. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with this, and we'll go back to being on the online digital COVID world. If you're stressed out or you want to get involved with the Architects Benevolent Society, check them out online. I will put a link there, or you can reach Tom even on LinkedIn as well. Thank you so
Thanks,
much, Tom.
Stephen. Thank you.
All right.